Hello, hello, people. Happy Wednesday. Some minor adjustments. Maria, if you're here, I hope you're here. I hope you're able to be here. And to get all the techie stuff straightened out. And let's see what kind of a layout we want here. Does this work better? You can see me, but you don't have to see me huge. Good morning, Victoria, or good evening for you. Hi, Arlene. What do you want? Do you want it like this, where you see more of the screen, but you can still see me waving to you? Or do you want it equal? What are you guys up to today? I need an easy Wednesday. I have such a headache, which I hope means that the storm that we're supposed to get tomorrow is actually coming. Hi, Midge. So I have not worked on this without you guys. Let's see here. Something that wasn't quite right, I thought. Let's see. Oh, well, we're just going to leave it. We are just going to leave it. So what are you guys working on today? Let me know what is up in your corner of the world. I'm just going to stitch some stuffs. Anxious, actually, to get all the stitching on here so I can start layering it up. I had absolutely no plan when I started this. Oh, shoot, forgot to turn off the autofocus. Let's see. That at least I know how to do. Let's see here. Oh, allergy-related migraine. That is not good. All right, let's see here. I want to make the autofocus go away. Hopefully that did it. Because I find that very annoying, and I know it's hard for people too, and especially if you have a migraine. Yeah, allergies are coming next, right? So we got rid of one thing, and now I know the allergies are coming next for us. Let's see if maybe that's a little better. You got 7 videos filmed? Holy cow, Victoria. That's amazing. Congratulations. I am very chuffed. Can I use your word? I love that word. I'm very happy that my screen recorder finally started working again. I had to wait for a bunch of driver updates between Microsoft and Lenovo and all that stuff. And so now that I've got my screen recorder working again, I have more places to show you guys on where you can get some images. Wow, 7. I'm impressed. I have lots of ideas. It's just the energy, and I'm not 1,000% thrilled with, what's happening with all my tech stuff, but I'm dealing with it. Yeah, so spring is just around the corner here with us. My stuff is just starting to leaf out. So April is usually hell month for my husband and I, although I'm hoping he will have a better time of it this year since he's been getting allergy shots. So maybe his won't be as miserable. Hey, you know what? If you can stretch the stuff out like that, that's great. People like the shorter videos anyways, I think. Midge, what are you working on today? And Arlene, what have you been up to? Are you still in Facebook jail, Arlene? Let's see, maybe this wasn't the needle I was using before, but oh well. I was going to do cordage, but I managed to give myself, I don't know, some kind of a sore right at the cuticle from rolling. And so every time I roll the cords, it's right there and it hurts, and it's probably getting gunk in there. So I'm hoping it doesn't get infected. That would not be fun. They say we're supposed to have a lot of rain tomorrow, so that's what I am really hopeful for, because boy, we are way behind in our rain, and we got fire season coming. Hey, Tunder. Arlene says, I've been unproductive today. Got a little paint on a page, but you love the rain. It's been, oh yeah, I do the same thing. I would just sit and watch the rain. Midge says she's got smaller journals off and on while she's at work. That's great that you can do that while you're at work. Good bosses are awesome. Hey, Louise. Louise is getting supper ready. Now, I just want to, I'm starting to have an idea about this journal. So now I'm motivated to finish it. When I didn't have any idea what I was going to do with it, I was like, I'm just stitching while I'm in the live stuff. But it's nice to have something slow stitching to kind of fall back on, because that way when I don't feel 1,000% myself, this is something you can do without a whole lot of concentration. It may be a small crowd today. After this today, though, I will be waiting for a phone call from a local weaver. I am super excited. She has, I guess they're called thrums, which are the pieces that she cuts off of her weavings when she's done with something. And she said she had a whole bag of them that she was going to give to me for making cordage. So I am super excited. I'm going to try and do a video a little later, just a short show and tell to show some of the materials I've been using from the garden to try cordage, some of the grasses and stuff. It's going to be a lot of experimentation. I'm just really enjoy it. 37 reported posts. Wait a minute. What did I miss?
So just because it's used on a quote, so all that means is the salesperson is comfortable putting a quote against something that says ABC company.
Hey, Maria. Oh, good. You are able to make it. Victoria, what about reported posts? Your posts were reported, or you have posts reported some? What? Explain. Inquiring minds want to know what is going on. Thunder, what are you doing tonight? Maria, what are you up to? I'm embracing my wonk on this piece. Remember, I am not thinking about making nice straight stitches. Oh, okay. So Arlene's reported post. Yeah. So did I miss that? Are you still in Facebook jail? Okay. See, I switched the way I was. Oh, you are free. Good. Good. Well, it's better that you have the choice to come and go. I did not put just the chat up on here. Maybe that's what I should do. Well, it's too late now. I'll deal with it the next time. I keep changing the way I'm trying to do this setup, trying to make it as easy as possible for me and still catch up with everything. Well, I'm glad you're out of Facebook jail, just so you can have the option. I don't like it when things take our choices away from us. And especially, what the heck, reporting your devotionals, that's just nuts. If they don't want to read them, just move along. They don't have to read them. Nobody's forcing them. Yeah, so this weaver, I'm so excited. She told me I've been looking for a place to get pieces of silk, because I'm not going to the thrift stores anymore. And it was never really easy to find silk clothing that I could upcycle. And so I had bought some from a couple of, online craft retailers, but it wasn't a real good quality and it was pretty expensive. So she told me about a place that's actually just a few towns over, and I think I can mail order it. So I was real excited to find a place for that. Tunder's working on her Easter journals. Maria's making a journal for a mother of a friend. Oh, you thought it was going to be simple? And then they kind of take on a life of their own. Hello, Paul. Happy to see you here. It's the middle of the night for you, right? I can't remember. I need to have my little, cheat strip out the front that says, in South Africa, it is this time. In Romania, it is this time. In the Netherlands, it is this time. Step 4 of your magic recipe. I'm loving the work that you're doing, and I'm so happy that you're sharing it in the group. Because, leaves, you had me at leaves, of course. Yeah, simple. I have a stack of file folder journals, and I'm telling myself they're going to be simple journals. They are going to be simple ones. They're going to be simple single signature ones. But I know what happens is, the journal itself is probably simple. It's all the stuff we want to put inside, right? I saw a fun, they called it a journal, but I can't imagine actually working in it. A journal page where it was actually all one page and all these different interactive elements unfolded. It was humongous, but it was a lot of fun to look at. Oh, Arlene, dang, that's too bad. I'm sorry about that. That's a horrible situation. Yes, Victoria, our clocks went back, so we sprung back last weekend. Hey, Barbara, happy Wednesday to you. So yeah, it is daylight savings time for us here, which means sometimes Zoe sleeps in a little later, which is nice. Cardboard cover with faux leather from napkins. Oh, okay. That's fun. So many of the faux techniques can just look just as nice as the real thing and sometimes become a little more durable. Nettie, hello. We haven't seen you for a while. Happy to see you here. Did you get a guillotine cutter for your birthday? That is awesome. Aren't they great? Man, you will be powering through the stuff now, huh? Oh, good, Arlene. Glad that you're not torqued about it. Sometimes the stuff happens for a reason and it's frustrating at the moment. It's like I'm working on redesigning my website. I have 2 websites and I'd had my writing website for years and it hasn't been touched for years. I don't really send anybody over to it, but it dawned on me that people are looking for me. They're going to find that one and they're like, well, is this the same person that does art? I just see the books. So I started redesigning the website and my son does all the back end stuff for me. So he'll put all the structure in place and then I can go in and make it pretty. And he kept telling me, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. And I am not good at keeping things simple. My mantra seems to be complicate, complicate, complicate. Oh, 18 by 15 is awesome, Nettie. You're going to be able to cut through anything. So I grumbled a whole lot about his keeping it simple and, couldn't find any examples I like to build off of and, spent a few days just kind of whining. And then it all just kind of fell into place and it is going to be simple. I'm going to let the pictures of the art and the talking about the art speak for itself. And now I'm excited. I handed off the structural requests that I had off to him so he can build it in his spare time, which is hysterical because he does not have spare time since he works a full-time job and he's managing a little league team, but he'll get to it. And in the meantime, I can start working on gathering all the pictures and getting them ready and writing the text and things. I bet that small one would be really handy to have out here on the workspace, at times like this where I don't want to go get my big one. Actually, I love my bypass cutter, my rotary cutter, but I would like a small little one for the tabletop. That's actually a really good idea. So how many of you are doing any of the challenges I see going around right now? There's the collage challenges and the tag challenges for slow stitching. It's your late Christmas gift. Ah, okay. What was the first thing you cut up? Did you go grab your scrapbook paper to start chopping things up or cardboard boxes? What I like about the guillotine cutter is they'll cut through the thick stuff. Ooh, I'm going to be randomizing all over the place. Boy, my head is just pounding. Took some meds and waiting for them to kick in, but since it's been several hours, I'm guessing this has probably been about as good as I can get. We are memory keepers, okay. You can't do centimeters? Oh, that is funny. And I can't do centimeters either, but then I didn't grow up with them. Challenges are only good if they work for you. I discovered that I don't do well with challenges. I tend to get all excited and then I fall apart and say, no, don't follow it through. And then I beat myself up, and I hate beating myself up. Barbara, what are you working on today? Are you quilting today? Hey, Terry, how you doing? You have a purple cow guillotine cutter, and it's 15 years old, still working strong. Nice. That's smart, Nitty. Yeah, practice and get used to it. Arlene got a 15 by 15 guillotine. Oh, because your husband, your fellow was tired of cutting up the magazines for you. That's great. Yeah, big help to have something that'll cut through all of that stuff. Paul, it's a lot easier if you grew up with it, but for those of us that, are in the land of inches. Victoria, did they teach both in school, or because yeah, I keep thinking I want to do the handmade slow stitch tags, but the website stuff's going to take time, and the classes that I'm taking, the business classes I'm taking, the creativity classes I'm taking, and the art classes I'm taking take time. I don't have enough hours in the day. If I'd done this in my 30s or 40s, of course we didn't have this kind of stuff in the 30s and the 40s, but when in my 30s and 40s, but oh well, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I will, get everything done in my own time. I watched a video the other day about time management for artists. Boy, now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I miss half the. No, I just have to pay attention better. I keep wanting to. Hey, Patty. Are you lurking while you work? Oh, okay. So after school, working with your mom while she was doing all her dressmaking stuff, she worked in inches. Got it. I keep thinking it makes sense to learn the metric stuff, but my brain, of course, I'm lousy at measuring anything, whether it's in centimeters or inches. I don't tend to measure very much. Hey, Barbie, how are you doing today? I'm so happy you took some time to join. I love, love, love your recent journal. You are so innovative with using the fussy cut leaves. I just love what you're doing with them. Thank you so much for the work you do showcasing my kits. I just really appreciate it. Patty, what you working on, or is it a secret project? Patty does all these secret projects, and then she brings them out like the wonderful kits that you mixed media kits or whatever you wanted to call the tins that everybody did last night with Maggie and Lori. Those were fabulous. I really have to get the rest of the colors up for you guys because I've got 3 more colors of those leaves. Like I said, need more hours in the day. So many more hours in my day, please. Oh, it's the yucky invoicing day. So you're going to take some more of my hard-earned money, right? I swore Monday night I was not going to buy anything. And then you brought out those bobbins and I'm like, oh, must have. I know I want to put, my fibers on them that I'm dyeing. More leaves. Okay. That'll be my weekend digital project. That's what I've been, because they're done. I just need to make the listings. So that shouldn't take that long. It's the same set, but in different colors. So then you can mix and match and stuff. I saw some beautiful pieces come out of the Maggie. Was it Maggie? Maggie and Lori did it, right? The tins, the mixed media stuff. It was just I don't know. You started something there, Patty. I have packaging to do today to ship out some things. I hate that part. I would rather invoice than package, I think, because I still don't feel like I have the right containers for everything. So it needs to get warm enough that I can get out to the garage and unpack all the packing stuff I think I have out there. You have sunshine, Terry? That's nice. Your garden must be looking absolutely beautiful right now. All the flowers you have. Patty, do you want to talk about your tins that you did? Do you have a video that you could link to that people could understand what you started with that stuff? Because I thought those were really, really great. I didn't get a chance to watch. I would like watching the video in and out of stuff, so I don't want to explain it and get it all wrong. But maybe when Patty has a chance, she can type out what was going on, or she can link. I think you should still have your moderator status so you can link to a video. You could absolutely put the link to Maggie's stream last night. That would be awesome. They did some great work because it was different. You know, I love it when we get to see something different and we can really think about different ways to use these things. Yeah, not busy enough to do, right? Well, your journals, Barbie, are so packed with so many stuff. I bought one of Barbie's journals, and it was just amazing to see how much she packed into that. Wow. Hey, Adele, do not type too much. I bet the doctor told you not to type too much after your surgery, right? How are you doing? I am so happy to see you here. The only reason I didn't text you is because I didn't want you using your shoulder and typing. Let's see. Let's put a different color in there. And hey, Martha, how are you doing today? Martha is working her way through the tag challenge, and she's putting together some beautiful tags. Oh, it's not OCD. It's like beautiful art that you're creating, Barbie. I just love your journals. Well, I'm glad you are here, Adele, and hopefully you got your box. Oh, Terry, you've still got lots of snow. Okay. I was imagining that you were out in the sun, enjoying all your flowers. Thanks, Patty. Barbie's channel has got some wonderful stuff on it. You should go check it out. Well, it's about time, Lorna. We waited for you to start the party. We did. We waited. You are welcome, Adele. Yeah, so it's a boring, slow stitching kind of day, but I just this is all that my head can handle with the stuff. Well, then how do you keep them from falling down, Patty, if your knickers are never in a knot? It is a great day. The sun is shining kind of through the clouds. Whoops. You almost forgot. You need to join the Facebook group, Barbie, and then I put an announcement in there. Can't remember if you're in there or not. And forgive me if you already are. I just don't remember. All right, Patty, gotcha. I should probably cut off some of these threads, huh? And now that I have a use for all my threads to make cordage, I really was going to do cordage today, but give you some variety. Try to tell myself not to do the same thing 2 weeks in a row, plus let my finger heal up a little bit. Oh, you're not a member of Facebook. Okay. Well, that would take care of that. Yeah, so every Wednesday I'm regular on here. So far I haven't had to cancel anything on Wednesdays. Yeah, and Facebook's so irregular anymore with reminding people. Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate that. Lorna was trying to be PC. Wow. Wow. Are those pigs flying overhead right now? Well, Barbie, it's the one thing about, there's a lot of things that are frustrating about Facebook, but I do love the groups. I love being able to connect with people in the various groups. So if you do decide to join again, Patty's got a great group too. Patty or Victoria should put the link into Patty's group because she's got a great supportive group too. Plus, then you get to know about all of Patty's awesome sales where we all spend way too much money buying her wonderful vintage stuff, except for ledgers because Lorna gets there and, outbids everybody for the ledgers. You're sitting outdoors having your Starbucks. Nice. I had like 3 cups of coffee after 3 cups of tea today, trying to loosen up my head. Well, you have to do what works for you, Barbie. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And Arlene was saying earlier she had been booted off or been in Facebook jail for a while due to some crazy people. And she didn't miss it a whole lot. I have 3 boxes in the sunroom from Patty waiting to be opened. And she said she's doing invoicing today, which means she's going to send me yet another invoice. So I have been doing my buying too. I just can't buy the expensive stuff all the time. Besides, I can't outbid you. You got fast flying fingers when it comes to those. Oh man, that is, being hacked is not fun. I don't blame you. Okay, there's Patty's group for you guys. If you're not already a member, you should go join Patty's group. Favorite shopper or the one that spends the most money? I think there could be a difference. Yeah, I would be nervous if I got hacked. I totally get that. You're taking the ledgers apart this time, so yeah. Oh, Victoria, yeah, it's wonderful, especially although the sales are late at night, so you would probably miss some of that, but oh, you need Karen's budget. Yeah, we got to support one another. If you see a great video, you need to share it. I love it when we share. It's almost more exciting to see somebody share a video of a journal that somebody else created, or not just a journal, something that somebody else created that they love. It's one thing to put your own stuff out there, but if I see somebody's journal and I love it and I share it, it meant something to me. Whether or not they're using my stuff, that's not the thing. It's that the whatever it is that they made spoke to me. Yeah, Patty, it's the community. And I think it starts with Facebook. That's why I have to say that, it's for all the things that are, wrong with Facebook, it does help us build the community because we can't chat like this, on on YouTube in the comments. We don't tend to do that as a group. Whereas when we go like to Patty's live sales or we're here at a live on here we can, we can chat in the chats, but in Facebook, we can all, people on the other side of the world from us can respond to something that we've shared, in their own time frame. I don't know. I love it. And I love looking through all the pictures. Lorna, you are Patty's favorite something. Let's see. Patty, okay, complete this sentence. Where's Christina? Patty or Lorna is Patty's favorite what? Yeah, Arlene, Patty's sales are great to hang out. I am so bad when I see something that I'm tempted. I'm an impulse shopper. I'm a super impulse shopper. Well, yeah, Facebook being able to have the private groups helps. You still get once in a while, you get some losers in there, but if you join Facebook just to then have your own profile, not doing much. Lorna is your favorite Newfie. Oh, there you go. So then I can be your favorite Californian, right? Although I might have to fight Kendall for that one. Hey, Margaret. No, our times changed on Sunday. So it was daylight savings time for us. Well, Barbie, the two groups I would recommend is you sign up for mine and you sign up for Patty's. And then I went to my first Esme sale last week. Whew. Talk about your impulse buy. Although I kind of liked the way she did that with the posts. It was nice. Only one? No, because Christina's in Canada and Louise is in Canada. Or is that different? Newfie is different, I guess. How to use a square rolling pin. Now, wait a minute. I don't know that one. I think Lorna's group is Sacred Mementos, is Patty's group. That's kind of Lorna's home base there. Oh, Margaret, ouch. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm still gearing up to do some that would be my evenings so I can connect more with those of you in the Southern Hemisphere a little bit better. But I got to finish a few other big projects. Ah, I see. I get you. Geography, very weak point for me. Canada is just like that place above the United States from one end to the other. That's all of it. I should know better, but I don't. Yeah, Terry, it's great to kind of put a few more pictures with what the work does and who does what, and I love it. Yeah, and send me a friend request too, Barbie. Yeah, 0 geography skills. Yep. Hey, Sherry. Hi, happy to have you join me today. How are you doing? Barbie, I think the biggest thing is don't accept every friend request you see. Go to their profile and make sure that, they have a picture and make sure they have some posts that are of interest to you. Or, just wait for people to talk to you elsewhere and let you know on YouTube maybe that they want to connect on Facebook. Oh, that's funny. Journey Snowman, hi, welcome. Happy to have you here. What are you working on today? Glad to have you. Can't spell. How's your elbow, Lorna? so many times on Facebook, what happens is people get spoofed. And so you think, well, wait a minute, I know that person. And then you realize you've accepted a friend request from somebody that you already were friends with. And then that's why the whole mess gets started. I think probably the biggest mess is in Messenger. So if you're not sure, don't click on it. Thanks for that advice, Victoria. I do appreciate the thumbs up. All the interaction that you make with your YouTubers, you know, any of the people that you enjoy watching, when you leave a comment, when you leave a thumbs up, it lets people, and even when you leave a thumbs down, it lets YouTube know that people are interacting with that particular YouTuber, and then they tend to put the videos in front of more people. So it's very helpful for all of us. It won't get worse because you've been in Queensland. They don't do daily. So, okay. So when New South Wales goes back. All right. And how are you feeling, Margaret? And you made any decisions where you're going to take care of things? Oh, Lorna, I'm glad. So warming it up helps. And once you've got some movement happening, that's good. I fell the other day outside on the slippery logs, and I was amazed that I was not super sore the next day. I'm kind of in shock. Ooh, Lorna's going to have a new video tonight. Maybe somebody can put in Lorna's channel link so people can remember to go watch it later. Yeah, Barbie, there's a lot of really crummy stuff, people taking advantage of other people, especially during the pandemic. It's just really sad. People just taking advantage of other people during tough times. So just stick with the ones you know. Stick with your friends. You know, if you're doing it from within a group, you know, you can usually, you know, click on their profile if they're within a group that you're a part of. So if you're in Patty's group and you see, you know, other people that you know from chatting, you know, like with Lorna or something, then it's usually a pretty safe bet to go over and send them a friend request. Thank you, Patty. So there's Lorna's channel. She says she's going to put up a new video later tonight. So we need to make sure we don't miss that. It's already, well, we can still look at it and admire it. You do such beautiful work. People want to go check it out. All right, let's see. Where do we want to go? We got enough thread to start here. Okay, it's hard tying a knot without using that first finger. Oh, Margaret, yeah, it's a wipeout kind of feeling, I'm sure. And so you have a plan in mind. Hey, Tammy, how are you? How is that beautiful new bloodhound you've got? He looks amazing. Hey, Maggie. We posted Patty shared your link earlier because I just love seeing all the stuff you created last night. Oh, that is good news, Margaret. That is good news. I am happy to hear that. Yeah, when I'm not feeling great, slow stitching is like the perfect way where I can feel like I'm doing something and it just kind of, you know, soothes me, and I feel less like I have to get something right. He had his puppy checkup yesterday. Yeah. The pictures you've been posting are just beautiful. And Mia is still queen of the whole room, and she's getting along okay with them. Okay, we're sending good vibes to Margaret that everything is going to go well with her current health journey. I'm going to send you all kinds of good vibes. Oh, Mia's turned into a reclusive kitty. Oh, that's too bad. Puppy probably has so much energy, huh? For those of you that don't know, Tammy just brought a new dog home, a just beautiful beautiful bloodhound, and he's just got the sweetest face. Hopefully, as he, gets a little bit older, she will not mind him quite so much. Kind of hard to get any of the work you want to get done, right? Because you got to tire him out. I think the first year we had Zoe, my productivity was like down to nothing because it was like every 10 or 15 minutes, we had to take her out and run her around like crazy. Oh, yeah, Patty, what do we have to look forward to on Thursday? Not that I need to spend any more money. An artist that I love taking classes from has a new class that's going to open up in April. And it's like, I need to save up my money so I can, plunk down a couple $100 for this class. Yeah, no productivity with a puppy in the house. I think Vicki Brown was going through that when she brought her new boxer home. Well, ping me if you want to chat, Margaret, if you want to just vent or something. So now my question is, I'm a long way from finishing this journal cover, but as I'm starting to play with ideas for this journal, do I make it a journal that's all green? I was thinking about just green papers and green fabrics and green things in here. Or is it just a regular journal? Patty will have ledger packs and the much awaited blue ledger pages at her sale tomorrow night. Awesome. Her ledger packs are legendary. And blue ledger paper for those blue lovers. They were very pretty when you showed them off. Lorna's daughter took her wallet to go buy gas at Costco. She is taking a very long time. Better not be shopping. You know better than that, right? Green things, absinthe. Oh yes, and fairies. I'm just thinking just a green journal because, it might be my favorite color. Okay, it is my favorite color. But I'm just thinking I'm just going to make this might just be my live journal. I'll just work on, so far I have only worked on it when I'm here with you guys. And maybe I'll do that. Margaret, that was me when I went to Esme's sale. I use lace, but I don't use a lot of lace, but she had such beautiful lace. I just could not resist. So now I'm going to have to make some lace. I actually have an order for a guest book. So I need to, I think I'm going to use some of the lace in there, but I definitely will take my time using up the lace. I need to not shop there anymore. So a friend brought me some different plant leaves that I can use for cordage, and she brought me some New Zealand flax leaves. I'm very excited to try to work with them. Hey, Suze. How you doing today? What are you working on this Wednesday? Hope you are having an awesome day. Yeah, I think this will just be a good, I won't work on it. Well, I will work on it here, but I won't work on it away from here. I'll try and not be quite as slow as I have been on this one. I don't get bored. I just keep changing. I don't know. Well, I'm afraid you guys are going to get bored. If I do the same, she's still working on that journal every week. You guys will be like, okay, Susan, enough already. Either finish the darn thing or give us something else to look at. Hey, Mona, you made it. How is your day going? So Maggie, are you still working on stuff from last night, or are you like wiped out like me after having a big night like that? It's like, okay, now I just need to veg for a while. clouds are rolling in. Maybe we will get that rain. If I get the rain, I don't feel quite as bad about having a headache all day. But, you know, when you get the headache and then you don't get the rain, that's disappointing. Ah, so Suze is doing the 52 tags. Nice. I've got leaf stuff I got to get back to everybody too. I've got, you know, I started the Start with the Leaf challenge and I have not done more on it. Just not a youngster anymore. You're forgiven, Patty. Blanket hellos work. Getting work done is important. I do this co-working thing with a small group of people a couple times a month, and we did that earlier this week, and I was surprised with other people there watching on Zoom. It's a weird feeling, but I did get stuff done, so that was good. Oh, Journey, the spools were awesome. I can't wait to get mine. I cannot wait. The narrow ones, I want to put my dyed fibers on, and then I got a few of the bigger ones, and I've got a lot of dyed fabrics that are long strips. I thought, ooh, I can put the long strips on there so I can like have them out and see them, because right now all the fabric is in a closet and I forget what I have. I actually afterwards I'm like, oh, should I have gotten more? But I think we'll just see that batch, and I know that Patty's going to try and keep getting more when she runs out of this batch. I know come the nicer weather, I plan on having a lot more time to dye stuff. You know, and prioritizing. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys earlier, is I was watching this video about time management for creative people, and I loved it. The gal's like, you know, I just work my day like a child. A child decides to play on something and they play with it until they're bored, and then they stop and they go do something else, and they never keep doing something that they're not enjoying anymore. And I thought, you know, I like that idea. I could do that. Oh, different ones next time around. You know, the variety is nice. I just need to sell some stuff to clear off my shelves so that I have a place to put those out. I actually need probably a big basket. I don't know, maybe just on the shelf, one shelf. I have a bunch of journal covers that need to be filled one way or the other. Maybe I'll just make kits so I don't have to actually do all the stuff. I'll just make kits, and that way I can get my shelf empty. Tammy, what have you been working on lately while you acclimate the new puppy to the household? All right, Lorna, take a nap. Looking forward to watching your video later. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't decide. Do I want them in baskets or do I want them all stand? Of course, the narrow ones, which is what I bought the most of for the fibers, those will probably all go in a basket. Journal kits. You're working on journal kits. Tammy's got some great journal kits. Actually, Tammy's got a great channel as well. One of the moderators could maybe grab Tammy's channel. I would love it, because she is one of the very first YouTubers I started watching, and she's just an all-around kind, wonderful person that motivates people. Short, stubby ones would be awesome. Oh, as far as the spools go. It is hard to tie a knot without that finger. I know. Aren't her videos wonderful, Arlene? I just love them. I smile while I'm watching them because they make me feel good. I love channels like that. Let's see. What do we want to do? I've got a dark green. I'm just trying to get the stitches down. I got to remind myself this is not an end result. Thank you, Patty. So there's Tammy's channel. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. This is what, as far as I'm concerned, this is what Alive is all about, is sharing and supporting one another. Let's just, who's got what going on, who's posted something wonderful lately. I love it. I'm grateful to the mods for going and grabbing channels and sharing them so we can all support one another. I mean, I certainly didn't start doing this just to like create and keep my little, keep my world small. I want to expand my world, expand the community, because we all learn and grow from one another. And if you're somebody that doesn't feel that way, then you might be in the wrong community. I mean, there are people that, they've got a different focus, a different plan for their channels, but most of us, I think, that are here today are of like mind, that we want to build that community. We want to see what's happening with our friends. We want to see our friends grow, because when our friends grow, then we grow. Yeah, Arlene, I've had a Tammy, like I said, years ago. She was one of the very first people I started watching glue books and collage. And again, like I said, it's just, it's an attitude thing. You need that on a t-shirt. What? That we all, oh, Victoria, you poor thing. That's so frustrating when your internet's cutting in and out on you. I just am one of those people that believes we are always better together. Jude, hello. How are you? How is the house renovations going? Oh my goodness, I can't believe you had time to check in. Miss you, girlfriend. You missed all the wonderful things people were saying about you, Victoria. No. Jude, okay, well, I know you have zero time anymore with all the construction going on, but hopefully it's all going good. Victoria, you didn't miss too much. Yeah, each person's got to find the groups that work for them. Oh, yeah, that money thing. The people expect to get paid for doing all that hard work, right? As long as you don't have any, walls open to the elements. Yeah, my attitude is, we share our knowledge, we share our talents, we share our projects, and somebody that maybe has not been brave enough to share yet sees them and gets inspired to do something, and then they continue. That's why I changed the name of the group to Creative Circle. A circle is never ending, and so we just keep continually increasing our own skills, sharing those skills with other people, sharing our projects, and then watch everybody else grow. You don't run out. You don't run out of whatever it is that you're sharing. You run out of supplies, but good energy and sharing with others and sharing your skills, you don't run out of that. And it doesn't make anything in your world smaller when you share it. Oh, you cut the flax down. A friend of mine, you missed it before you got here. A friend of mine has New Zealand flax growing in a community garden, and she brought me a bunch of leaves. So I have it here. I have to process it. Well, they wouldn't let me buy the flax, but maybe I could buy a basket and import it, do you think? Yeah, I think the group is evolving, and thank you to all that have joined. We're at like 200 members now. I'm really grateful for that. It's evolving the way I had hoped it would, in that you don't have to feel, yeah, thanks, Victoria. You don't have to feel like you have to be a particular anything to be a part of the group. You don't have to be a journal maker. You don't have to be a mixed media artist. You don't have to be a painter or a photographer. You can be all of those things and participate, because what we want is the creative energy that comes from all of us. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, I was pretty stoked. I've only sent out a few invitations to friends because even that just feels kind of weird. I would rather people, hear about it and check it out and decide that they want to be a part of it. And thanks to those of you that comment on the stuff that's in there, because I can't always get there right away. So I don't want anybody to feel left out. Oh, thank you, Jude. Yeah, let me know. Let me know and I will send stuff. I love that. Patty says, I find myself buying supplies that I don't know how to use. So I want to be around people who inspire me to learn how to use it and not make me feel like I did it wrong. That is it. That is it. Yep. We don't ever want to make anybody feel wrong for not knowing how to do something. I mean, that's why I post the videos, like my cordage videos. I'm not an expert cordage maker. I posted the first video of the first batch of cordage that I came up with how to make with the threads. And there'll be a lot of people that, expert people that will go, well, that's not the way you do this or that. But I post that so that somebody else will say, okay, Jude, get to work. Love you. I post my stuff that's not perfect so that other people won't feel like they have to be perfect, so that they will feel free to experiment. Like I've been doing a lot of cordage with stuff from the yard. Most of it is not, it's going to, I did some green because I knew that it would shrink and I wanted to see what would happen. But, I got to do these experiments so people will realize that, number one, you don't have to be perfect at it. And number two, a lot of this stuff, these are some of my little grass cordages. They're not going to last forever. They're not going to last already. Bye, Tammy. Give that puppy a hug from me. I want puppy breath. So, I mean, stuff like this is not going to last forever. And there's sometimes you need to put a high value on something you've created. But I think we get so hung up on thinking everything is precious that we forget to just take that joy in the process and the community of being with other makers. When we're all together creating, whether it's, in a craft with me kind of thing, like Maggie did last night, whether you guys are here with me today, we get that shared energy. Circle journal. Ooh, what did I miss about a circle journal? Who's got a circle journal? Oh, Paul, thank you. Hopefully the next one I do with some of the fibers, because I hadn't seen anybody do one with threads like that. And to me, it was a great way to use up the threads. I'm just addicted. If I didn't have a sore finger, I would have been making cordage today, because last night I sat and did, even with, was very awkward, but trying to do it. I'm just obsessed with it. Everything in the garden now, I'm like cutting it, drying it, soaking it. We had some amaryllis bulbs that had bloomed like a year ago. And they'd been sitting on the edge of a fence. They were all dried out, faded to absolute white. I brought them in, soaked them, and, made about 2 feet of cordage from them. It was wonderful. Oh, Lori Marie Jenkins. Okay, I follow her. I'll need to go check it out. I'm behind on watching videos. Thank you, Journey. Victoria found a great quote for us. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep, by Scott Adams. That's a great quote. Thank you. I would love it if we shared more of that kind of stuff in the group too. There's lots of groups you can go to that specialize in a particular kind of art. I just kind of want to specialize in us all making things. So Paul, you fell down the rabbit hole of going and looking at other cordage videos. It's just amazing to me, the things that some people can do. And I'm trying to figure out, One of the things the weaver told me about was somebody that was weaving with cordage. I've never done any weaving, but I'm thinking I might make a little cardboard loom and try some stuff like that. I want to do some branch weaving. And I think the cordage, if I was using the grassy fibers. There's just something, there's just something about making something out of nothing, right? Hey, Beth. Oh, you've been eco-dyeing. Nice. That's an easy way to lose track of time. Ooh, you're going to have some pretty stuff. Oh, thanks. Patty put up Laura Marie Jenkins link, and she's got a circle journal. Evidently, we should all go check out. Hey, Jody. Thanks for joining us. She says, I'm an old school image transfer artist and really appreciate the resource videos lately. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Well, I would invite you to join the Facebook group if you're not already a member there and share some of your art with us there. Nettie, yeah, that's what I wanted. We have a lot of journal groups, and it's wonderful because we know when we want inspiration for journals, we can go to those groups and get really inspired. Beth, do you have any favorite plants you like to use or any of the prints that you thought came out really super? Oh, it was your first time last night? Oh, you would be so addicted now. Yeah. It's like a gateway drug, right? I just, I'm waiting for the bed. I've got a bunch of leaves in the freezer that are probably completely dead, but I'm gonna try and use them up. But I need some nice weather so that I can leave the stuff outside to dry. Did you do paper or fabric? You did just. I've got a lot of requests for some paper or for some fabric, and I gotta get going on that. Oh, Arlene, that's a good idea. Arlene says Jean Peter makes mats, journal covers, etc. with fabric bits. It's not weaving, not sure what it's called, but wonder if the cordage would work for that. That is a possibility. I learned of a new weaver called Sarah Swett, Swett, and she weaves paper into mats. It's amazing. She takes used coffee filters and cuts them so that it's one continuous strip. Oh, Beth, now when your irises are done blooming, save the brown leaves and you can make cordage from those. It's one of the very popular leaves to use for making cordage. Native Americans in all the states used irises. I have never got to my irises at the right time to use them in the eco-dyeing. And I realized the other day that actually mine are now in so much shade, I'm probably not going to get any blooms this year. Going to have to move them, I guess, in the fall. When's the right time to move irises? I'm not sure. Yeah, you just soak the leaves, take the brown ones when they're, ready to be removed anyways from the plant, soak the leaves. And, there is something to be said for working with stuff that's already longer than the little bits of thread that I roll. And I saw an artist yesterday posted a picture. She's taking her irises and she is freezing them. And then she's photographing the frozen irises, and the effect of photographing the flowers through the ice, Paul, something for you to do, is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Arlene, you have Siberian iris foliage? Oh, man. Yeah. Grab that stuff. What do I want to do? I want a different color. Fall, Terry? Okay. So I need to remember that in the fall, make myself a note on the calendar, move them so that next year I can have blooms. I've got a few daffodils that are blooming. needle is crooked, but I love this needle. It's just the right size. It's got a nice sharp point. I really need to dig through and find some more. Yes, I was really happy with the amaryllis cordage, considering that it's probably been out there for 2 years. It's ancient. So if I can get some of it this year, it should be even better. Okay, use that color there. Where are we going to come over here with this? Which way do we want to go? We'll just go straight. Arlene, I wonder, I have seen people put a nail in a board to hold the end. And so then maybe you could just, use your hand that still works well. So then this would be, let's do it with a pin cushion. So if this was a nail holding the thread, would that help you? Because then you would only need your dominant hand to do the twisting. It's one thought. But yeah, I see people that do that. They just tie a knot in the end and then put it over a nail. Oh, thanks. Patty posted Jean's channel. Fabulous. Another fabulous artist to be inspired by. Traveling iris. I've not heard of that one. Of course, you have so many different plants than I have here. I don't have, all I have is my California native irises. So I don't know a whole lot about them, except that they're pretty. And we have some other kind of bulb coming up that just like multiplies everywhere, and the gophers don't eat it and the deer don't eat it. They're outside the fence line. So I've got some of those leaves. Keeps coming untwisted. Shoot. Allie said that she was going to try it with a drill. So I have seen that done too. You might search for some videos on making cordage with a drill. And if I find something like that, I'll try and post it in the group if you've come back over there. What else? Well, and then there's always, you could do just the braided. I mean, you don't have to do the twisted cordage. You could do the braid. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of the ones videos I've been looking at. Grief circle. Oh, is that what it is? And ivy. Any of you guys that have ivy, that's another great one for cordage. I started following this basket weaver who also makes a lot of cordage, foraged fibers on Instagram. She does amazing stuff. Interesting, Margaret. Does it have long leaves? That's why I'm excited about experimenting with the New Zealand flax, because the leaves are, gosh, they're like 3 feet long. It was wonderful because cordage making goes a lot faster when you don't have to splice a whole lot of things together. And of course, then it's stronger too. I've got some branches from a Coast 9 bark soaking in water right now because supposedly it's another good cordage plant. So I need to see if I can break it down. Yeah, we had just a small patch of ivy, and I think my husband's pretty much gotten rid of it here. So, but at least I know when I see it, invasive someplace, I can probably get it. I think actually one of the neighbors has it growing in their front yard, so I can probably grab it without any trouble. Oh, the short leaves. You'd have to do a lot of splicing if you had the short leaves, although you might get some good dye color out of it. There was one gal I watched, she was soaking her iris leaves, and she used that to make a dye first, and then the leaves were ready to make cordage. I thought, talk about making every part of the plant work. Something else I was reading that was invasive but was supposed to be good for cordage was Scotch broom, which is just really bad here. Let's see, I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but we're just gonna. Oh, lilies have naturalized. They're everywhere. I will have lots of yummy flowers in my salads and plenty of foliage. That's great. Beth, the gal for, let's see, I'm pretty sure it's, there might be an S on the end of it, fibers on Instagram. And I watched a short video she did with the ivy. She just stripped all the leaves and coiled it up and let it dry. And then she makes just amazing baskets and stuff. Yeah, it's hard to know. You got to be careful if you don't know if something's poisonous or not. You want to be smart when you're working. I don't know that I would boil the ivy. I mean, I guess if you're outside doing it, you're not doing the boiling in the house. And obviously nobody's doing any of the boiling in any kind of equipment that they're going to use for cooking. Gosh, now you make me want to get my leaves out and boil some paper. Or steam some paper, or do both. I'm getting more done than I thought I would today. I did not, I guess because I'm not trying to be picky. I'm just want to get this first one covered, get the first layer covered, because then I'm anxious now to start building up the cover. I find if I get the cover done, then the rest of the stuff will fall into place usually for the journal. So yeah, I'm thinking this will be the green journal, and then maybe I'll do it again with a different color. But in the meantime, I'll get bored. Well, I don't get bored. I'll just change my mind about what's the most interesting thing in the moment. Because I don't even remember the last time I was bored. I don't get bored. I just change my level of interest about something. So Paul, if you're still here, are you photographing more than just leaves lately? I'm wondering what else you're photographing. And actually, we should have somebody go find Paul's website. I have marigold seeds I want to get out before the rain tomorrow, and I'm wondering if the bunnies are going to eat all the seedlings. When I was walking outside today, I'm looking at all my poppies that are coming up, and I was so excited waiting for more poppies, and I realized the bunnies have eaten all the flower heads off before they even bloomed. I love watching the bunnies scurry around, but boy, they sure make gardening hard. So is anybody making any ephemeral art like I posted in the group? I've seen a few pictures come up. I might go out and do some more today. Somehow when I have a headache, walking around the yard feels better. I don't have to do anything. It just feels good just to be out. Oh, Paul, share. Oh, it's too many characters. Oh, darn. Well, put it in 2 quotes. Just keep typing. Okay, Barbie. Barbie is there under Barbara Carter. Arlene is going to rope cover something from your recycle bin to make a deco basket. There you go. Nettie says she's waiting for better weather so I can go take pictures for my journals with the camera on my new phone because it's a much better quality. That's nice. Okay, Barbie, will do. Yeah, that might be easier for you. You won't have less hassles with it. You can make a business page on Facebook, although it's hard to get much drive on there. So Arlene says Kathy V has been camping with her grandson. She sent her my ephemeral art video, and her and her boys have been good. Oh, that's fun. Perfect place to do it, right? When you're out and about camping, that's awesome. Okay, Paul Ellis is sharing a quote with us. No man has the right to dictate what other men should perceive, create, or produce, but all should be encouraged to reveal themselves, their perceptions and emotions, to build confidence in the creative spirit. From Ansel Adams. Yes, I love that. All should be encouraged to reveal themselves and to build confidence in the creative spirit. Thank you, Paul. That's it. We should all be sharing our stuff and build confidence in not just our creative spirit, but in everybody else around us. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? Time change is playing havoc with everything today, but it is what it is. Paul, you should post that in the group with one of your beautiful exactly what Arlene said. Post it in the group. He is there. Post it with one of your beautiful photographs. Because that's a great quote that we should all remember. He was one of my very first members. And I love having a photographer. I'm sure there's many more photographers in the group that are there and not sharing, but I love that Paul is sharing his beautiful photographs with us and his thoughts. So here's my question of the day here as we're winding down. We've got a little bit more time here together. I went through a big struggle trying to change the name of the group, and Shelby's not here, so I can't say thank you again to Shelby and her husband who came up with the final name, although it might have actually been discussed here when we were brainstorming too, the word circle. But I wanted to put the word artist in it, so that we would invite more types of art. But really, there's so many people that don't consider themselves artists, and I'm not sure how to help that. I guess maybe it doesn't matter, but I hope that, I don't know, I guess I just want to know what encourages you guys to continue creating. You don't necessarily have to call yourself an artist, but I would like to figure out how to help encourage more people to be brave enough to reveal themselves and their creative projects to us. So many people hang out, but they don't share because they're afraid of being judged. And, I tell you what, anybody's mean like that in the group. If I miss something, let me know, because I'm not doing this 3 strikes thing. There's no excuses for being mean, when you're judging art. But I'd like to know what encourages you to share. How would you encourage more people to share their projects so that we can encourage them? Yeah, a lot of people refer to themselves as crafters instead of artists, but you've gotten pretty good about sharing. You're brave about sharing your stuff. Yeah, Arlene, that was what it was. It was that people felt like it was going to have to be something that would belong in a gallery, and I didn't want that, because the people that I feel like, I think my strength in building community is with the people that aren't at the gallery level yet. People, I mean, there's some that are, but people that are trying to come to terms with the facts that they want to be creative, and that maybe they have not had the encouragement in the past to dive into their creativity. So I'm just trying to figure out what would help people feel. I don't know. I guess it's like, what do you guys need? What do you need from me to help you continue to do your creative work? That's a mouthful of question, I know, and you can feel free to answer later in the group.
But that doesn't, but we have to actually check separately and see if
All right. This is coming along. Another week of stitching. I don't know. I keep saying this, but maybe I will tonight since I can't do any cordage. Maybe I will stitch some more on this tonight while we watch TV and see if I can get on to the next level of this. Let's pick a different color. Yeah, Arlene loves to create and encourage others. You're a very good encourager. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you posting that. I think I'm going to put that as an announcement so I can make sure that everybody sees it because I think it's important. You know, it's not easy to reveal ourselves and to share our work, but it's so important because the more we share, the braver we get about sharing, the more encouraging that we get. Personal attachment can be one of the things that can cause people to hold on to their work instead of sharing it. That's very well said, Sharon. Yeah, it is. Creating is a personal thing for all of us, I think, unless you're doing like mass market kind of stuff and it's your day job. That's kind of a different kind of creating. But that's why I posted the thing about ephemeral art is to, you know, just kind of get used to doing little vignettes, you know, out in the open that are not going to last. They're not designed to last, and share those and get braver about that. Victoria says sharing pictures of makes and videos almost kind of takes as much courage as actually creating them. Sure, absolutely. Because we know there's that fear that's just, I think, instinctive in all of us that somebody's going to have something to say or think. And, you know, we can't control what other people think about the stuff that we share. We can control our reactions to it, but that's it. And we shouldn't be worrying about, I mean, it's easy to say. I know it's very easy to say. It's not easy to do, but we need to be brave because there's somebody hiding behind the potted plant in the corner that's not quite so brave. And they need to see somebody who's scared that says, hey, I'm terrified to put this out there, but you know what? I'm going to be brave in case there's somebody else out there that's scared just like I am and wants to be encouraged to share. Yeah, you have to psych yourself up to make something. Sure, because we talk ourselves out of it and we say, you know, I'm going to do it wrong. It's not going to be as good as so-and-so's, the video that I just watched. You know, the self-talk, it's hard. It stops us in our tracks. And we need to, that's exactly the time when we have that kind of a feeling that we just cannot create because there's just so much self-talk going on. Post it in the group and say, hey guys, you know, this is the kind of day I'm having, you know, hit me with your best motivational whatever. I'm missing a lot of chat, so I want to go back here. Patty said, for me, it took being willing to ask for input while working through a project. It helps me get over a hurdle if someone can point me in the right direction. Yeah, and asking for help is hard. To any one of you who has ever, on your artistic journey, your creative journey, any of you that has ever been brave enough to say, I don't know how to do this thing I want to do. Please help me out. You know, hats off to you because it is hard to ask for help. It's hard because we want everybody to think we are brilliant. We want everybody to think we have all the answers. And the truth is we don't have all the answers, or we have one answer, but maybe there's 5 other different ways you can do it. Margaret says, some of us are working to change the perception of an artist who does paintings or statues. Margaret is a mixed media artist and does canvases as well as journals and jewelry. Yeah, exactly. An art, and I said it in the short little video I posted a while ago about being creative together and in my thank you is, you know, you can be a cake decorator and that is an art. It is an art. I have a friend who she makes her living making decorated cookies for special events. Her art on these cookies is absolutely amazing. She would probably not call herself an artist with that, but it is art. the things that she can create in this little tiny cookie shape is something else. Nettie's right. It takes a lot more courage to post things than just hanging out here like this. Here's a challenge. Here's a challenge for any of you that are watching this video that are in my group, to just post a picture of something in progress, something finished, something you want to start, all your materials piled up together, and saying, this is me being brave today. This is me just sharing. This is what I am today. This is what I'm working on today. Just post it and share it. Let's get these posts going in the group so we can talk about the fact that, the group is a safe place to practice sharing, to get braver, to build your confidence in sharing. I'm catching up here on chat. So Sharon says, I didn't consider myself an artist, but anything with the word artist would always draw me in to look. So I don't necessarily think that using the word artist would be a deterrent. Perhaps not, but I think creative circle, we're all creatives together in this never-ending circle. I think it's working. Terry says, when people have comments, when I post, I feel relevant. That is so true. So true. And so we need to remember, sometimes I feel like in the group, like everybody's waiting for me to make a comment first, and we're all in different time zones. And sometimes I can't get there 5 times a day. So I really appreciate it when others start commenting so we can keep the feed, going with stuff that people need to feel relevant. Yeah, some of the groups have got post reviews on because they've gotten so big, or they're getting so many of the wrong things in there. And I'm trusting us, because we're growing organically as a group. I'm trusting us to take, I'm the only moderator. There are nobody else. And the only thing I'm moderating is bringing people into the group. And we're not like getting slammed with 500 people at once. So I don't feel like I need to ask anybody else to help me out in there, although there might come a time with that. And right now I'm trusting that we're all continuing to post great stuff. If somebody ever posts something that's inappropriate, I'll delete it, or you can, certainly send me a note about it. But I want to get us feeling braver about posting our stuff. I'll try and post something about that later. Paul says, Joel Grimes said in one of his videos, if you have a camera and love what you create with it, you are an artist. So the word to take away from that is create. Yes. If you have a paintbrush and you are painting a piece of paper, you're painting a piece of pottery, you're painting a wall, you're an artist. But I know that's a scary word. Arlene says, I create based on what is in my heart and mind. So if somebody says something ugly about it, it feels like they're saying something ugly about me personally. Yeah, exactly. We all feel like that. There's somebody that could come along and look at this and say, what, I want my time back. I watched you stitch together this crooked piece of fabric that doesn't look like anything and is not going to, and I would take it I probably wouldn't take it quite as personally now. I get personally hurt a little bit more when people are down on my videos. When I see thumbs down on my videos, I take a little bit longer to bounce back from that, but I don't carry it with me too long. But it's hard not to take it as a judgment, because we are creating something that matters to us, whether it is creating little pom-poms to go on your granddaughter's shoes. If it makes you happy to create that, it's something that you created out of nothing. I don't know. I hate it when people judge other people. I just hate it when other people judge people. Patty says, doesn't it also depend on why one is creating the piece? If it is for personal enjoyment, then it's totally different than you creating from your income. Yes and no, I think. I think it depends. If you're talking about somebody who is hired, say, as a graphic designer, and that's their day job, and they create, all day long drawing, whatever illustrations that are needed for the ads agency that they're working for. I think that's one kind of art that is still art, but perhaps you're not quite as personally attached to it. But, I create to sell. My art is my business. So that does not mean, the stuff that I create from my heart, that I'm creating, not with thinking about what am I going to sell this for, that stuff always sells better than something that I'm creating thinking, okay, I can make a whole bunch of these and sell them. Because I think for me anyways, and maybe it's not like this for everybody, but if I said, wow, I made one of these and I sold it for, a decent price that felt good to me for the time I made in it. So now I'm going to make, I'm going to make a whole bunch of these and I'm going to sell them, and I'm going to think about, all the money I'm going to make from that. That kind of affects the way I create it. So it's not going to be that much of an artistic piece. But if I say, this is the journal that I have been creating with my friends in my live streams on Wednesdays. And the fabrics are fabrics I've dyed myself. The stitches are stitches I stitched myself while chatting with my friends. The stitches are wonky, the edges are crooked. And I'm creating this green journal because I love green, and I'm going to put all the things about green in this journal. And it is going to be something that will be for sale when it's finished. It's a story that's attached to what it is that I'm working on and why I'm working. So I'm going to make income from it. I don't know. I maybe lost the whole thread. I'm rambling all over the place, but I want to get through the rest of the comments here. Nettie is still trying to figure out what's missing in your painting. If you feel brave enough, Nettie, you can post it in the group and ask a question. Ask a crafting buddy. Arlene says, because of the fear of being judged, she shares maybe 1/10 of what I create, maybe even less. It's hard. I've been there, been exactly where you were, Arlene, where you are. And all I can say is feel free to share it in the group. We would love to see what you're working on. Sharon says she just completed week 2 of the Roxy's weekly challenge, and she was out of her comfort zone because she had to paint on a journal card, but you did it. That's awesome. Wait a minute here. Still trying to catch up on chat. I'm getting there. So out of her comfort zone, thought you would hate the result, not the process, but ended up learning a lot from the process and like the final result. Yeah, and not everything we create is going to be this masterpiece, but we're going to learn something from the process. I've learned a lot about how I want to lay out my next journal like this just from doing this, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing this and not finish it. Victoria, this is good. Victoria said she was watching one of Tim Holtz's lives the other day, and he said somebody once told him he was doing it wrong, and he just told them he wasn't doing it wrong. He was just doing it his way. That's it. Because, whether it's making cordage, it's doing slow stitching, it's painting, it's making jewelry. Somebody's going to have one way that they're going to twist the wire to make a pair of earrings, and somebody else is going to have another way to do it. And somebody else is going to do step 3 before step 2, and somebody else is going to do step 7 before step 5. You need to find but you don't know until you try it. Maybe doing it this way works better for you. Maybe doing it this way works better for you. I'm glad you're getting the warm, fuzzy feeling here, Paul. That's what I want. I want us all to have this warm, fuzzy feeling. Maria is getting brave. She is going to post her simple work now. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing it, Maria. We all are. I'm working my way down the chats, guys. Sorry. Victoria, I appreciate it. Any of you that find a post that doesn't have any comments on it, I really appreciate it if you make a comment so it pushes it back up the feed, so then I'll see it when I get back in there, or somebody else will see it. Because we all feel horrible if we post something and nobody comments. And most of the time, I would say probably 99% of the time, it's because I haven't seen it. It's gotten so far down the feed, and when I get over there, I've missed it. So it really helps to keep things rolling. Okay, here. Oh, thank you, Beth. Beth put some pictures in of her eco printing that she did. She's gotten hooked. Those of you that do it with me like crazy know how easy it is to get hooked on doing that. Paul says, not everyone is going to like what you create, but think about it, because you don't like everyone either. That is so true. And that's why you build your community with people that share your creative energy. They may not share your vision. I mean, I show my husband everything I make, and half of the time, maybe even more than half of the time, he just kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, that's nice, I guess, because he's just looking at things through a different filter. It's not his thing. Sharon says, I think any creative puts part of their heart and soul into something they create, whether they are paid or not. I think creativity comes from deep within your soul. I don't know of any other way to create. That is so true. I'm still getting through here. Yeah, thumbs down do cut deep, but they are criticism. Yeah, it's a criticism to tell me then to stop and look and say, well, maybe there's something I could do a little differently the next time, but I don't dwell in there. And stats, any kind of action is good. Stats are, YouTube wants to show your videos to people that want to see more videos. So that's my goal, is to have YouTube say, okay, this person watched the video. They watched the whole thing, because that's a big thing with YouTube, is how far did you watch? They watched the whole thing. They clicked the thumbs up. They left a comment. That means the next time Susan posts a video, we're going to show it to that person because it looks like they're interested in what she's doing. And unsubscribes. Let's talk about that, because I know some of you guys are trying to grow your channels. Don't worry about the unsubscribes. My coach tells me, why are you so afraid to create for a small audience? Think about that. Why? If you had a party and you had 50 people there and your house was big enough for 50 people and you just had a good time visiting with all your friends, you would have a great time. If you had a party and you had 500 people at the party, number one, you'd have to tell most of them to go home because they wouldn't all fit in your house. You wouldn't be able to talk to everybody because there's too many people. So don't be afraid. When you lose a subscriber, I just, get off my bus. This is not the right party for you. That's fine. Move along. Find somebody else. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Yeah, the signing of your art. Now that's a big deal. Journals should be signed. I think if you make a journal, that's something that should be signed. Paul signs his photographs. Hopefully any of you that are making canvas paintings of any kind, mixed media work, you're signing that, because it is something you put your heart and soul into. So Nettie's comment is a good one. Try to think of it as, if I'm liked by everyone, I'm not being myself. That's true, because I have people that don't like me, and that's fine, because I have people that do like me. And if I'm myself, I don't have to remember, did I say this to this person? Did I not say that to that person? You want to be your authentic self, because then that frees you up. You're not having all this energy trying to keep stuff in a box. Because you're like, okay, I can only be this type of person with this one, and with this friend I have to be this type of person. If you're just yourself, you don't have to spend all that energy holding things back, which means you can put all that energy into your work, which is where you want it to go, right? You want to put all that energy into your work. All right, here. No, Patty, you're not trying to be a brat. I love the different conversations. Absolutely love it here. All right. Barbie's expressions. Okay, Barbie, will do. I will do that. Hey, Hallie, you've been hiding out back there. Beth, because you have more people on your personal page, I bet. I bet that's why you hold back. Because again, it's that fear of being judged, right? So what is the worst thing that could happen is that somebody that you admire comes along and sees your work and says, oh, what are you doing that for? Get off of my bus. We're going to, and if any of you post your stuff on your personal page or in another group and you're getting those kind of comments, come back to my group and tell us about it and let us get your back. Okay? Because it is scary to post anywhere. Every time we post a video, every time we post a picture of what we're doing, every time I send something out that I've sold and I ship it out and I'm like, oh my God, what if she says, why did I spend all that money to buy that book? Because it's not what I wanted. It's a fear. And so until you get that feedback, but we've got your back. We've got your back. Oh, Janet, yeah, you're here just as I'm winding down my rant. No naughty corner for Patty. I love it when she brings in another point of view. I really do. Barbie says art is subjective and is really for the creator's joy, which others can choose to be a part of or not. Exactly. You don't want to look at my green, scrappy, slow stitch journal? Move along. Get off of my bus. Get off of my bus. I only want people on my bus that want to share their creativity, share their creative energy, and support one another. So off of my bus if you don't like it. I'm okay if you don't like it. Arlene says, I ain't leaving. You will have to push me off. I love it. So Margaret says she forgets to sign her journal, so she adds a swing tag with all the details, including my name and people whose images I've included. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, that's a good discussion in the group. I would like to have a discussion about the info cards and the different things. Barbie, don't you put an info card in the front of your journals, I think. I would like to have a discussion about that. Yeah, Patty's got a personalized naughty corner. I love it. Her own corner with her own chair. It's a good bus to be on. Yeah, Victoria, the numbers, I've got like over 6,000 subscribers now, but I get maybe 20 comments. So you can't look at the numbers like that. Sometimes it's that you posted a video that people, that particular video really hit home with them. And they forget to come back and check. Here's my sign, get off my bus. That's it. Perfect imperfections are imperfectly perfect. That is it. Okay, Barbie's got it. Let's do that discussion in the group. I'm going to do that because my voice is going. You can hear it. I've been ranting here. I love this conversation today. This is it. Janet brings up a good point. I do this too. Most of the time she says she's watching videos on my TV and you can't comment that way, but you can watch. So that happens a lot. Yeah, I'm going to hydrate, but I'm also going to have to take off because I'm waiting for that Weaver lady to call me so that I can go pick up all those threads. This was an awesome conversation. Hopefully your takeaway is you only want the people on your bus that are going to support you. All of us here are going to support you. You're all going to share your work more and be brave. And if you need help being brave, post it in the group and say, hey, I want to be brave and post my stuff. Remind me that I can do this. And we will all be there with you. Have an amazing day, everybody. Go out and create some more of your terrific art. And I can't wait to chat with you all next time, okay? I will see you next week for sure. All right? I'm going to move this conversation about what we put in our journals over to the group, okay? I will see you all there. Yes, join the bus, Barbie. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for participating in the chat so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are all absolutely fabulous. All right, bye-bye.